Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today is day 30. I'm recording this one a little late. I ended up actually wrapping up a couple things this morning. Yesterday, which was officially day 30, got a little out of hand, and while I was doing plenty of learning during the day, I was not focusing a lot on Godot. I started adding some additional animations or some animations to the game because I really wanted to just get a little bit of effects happening. So yesterday, I actually spent some time adding some the bit of modulation to the enemies. So I remembered we added the modulation to the towers when we're placing them and when they cannot go on the correct on the path. So when it's not a buildable area, we make it red. So yesterday, as part of day 30, the bits that I ended up doing was when an enemy got hit, they're flashing red. I didn't feel like that was really enough, and I didn't make a video, and I finished up by adding some animation to the base. So let's go ahead and just take a look at what that is. So I'm going to show off two things right now. Okay, of course, I need to get this full screen. So the first thing that I'm going to show is when an enemy takes damage. Now, as you see up in the top left, I do have damage base because here shortly, I'm going to use that button to actually speed up the process of showing what it looks like when the base gets damaged. So let's go ahead and skip planning. I should have done that. And we'll make sure that the enemy comes out. So you're going to see when the enemy takes damage, they're just going to do a little bit of red flashing. So not only are we giving my goodness, I am having a terrible time with words today. Not only are we adding a little bit of pizzazz to show when the enemy hits, my goodness, but we're also making them flash red. So let me go ahead and shrink the screen, move the screen over a little bit so you can actually see the enemy when it takes damage. So I'm going to go ahead and force the damage. So go ahead and take a look down here in the bottom right. And I say I believe I said enemy, but I meant the main base. So remember, the goal of the game is the enemy wants to come through and wants to damage that base. So let's go ahead and emulate that real quick. So damage base, boom. So I made it bounce a little bit, make it look like there's actually something happening inside there. And then when it's done, it's dead. Anyways, so that is what I accomplished. That's what I ended up actually finishing up this morning. Now, I do plan on doing an official day 31 video, day 31 post. So please expect that to come out. That's going to be covering some additional things. My goal for day 31 is to continue understanding this about these the animations that I'm creating here. So the means for doing the animations by creating a tween. Now, this has been a nice journey. It's worked out really well. But I want to understand what in the world is happening. So originally, I had it so it uses the tween property to just add the red on the base, and I thought that was cool. And as you see up here, I have flash damage. This is effectively the method that was copied over from the enemies. But I thought the base needed something a little more. It's something that's bigger, that stands out. If it just flashes, I mean, doesn't look too cool. So I just wanted to make it stand out a little bit more. So make it flash, make it bounce, and also have it rotate. So as you see, it's going to bounce in a random direction. It's going to go woo, but it's also going to rotate in a random direction. So it's going to kind of do one of these types of things, which I thought was fun. But it could be a little one, it could be a big one, right? So one thing that I learned through this experience is you don't have to create a separate bounce tween. And I'm actually happy to announce I can delete code. I'm very happy to announce that. So let's go ahead and get rid of a few things. But the one thing now that I learned is the parallel. So of course I'm doing some searching, just some quick searching to figure out how to put a couple things together. So originally it was tween property, tween property to bring it back down from the bounce, or from the bounce, because the modulate happens. The modulate happens, now I need the bounce to happen as well. So I learned about the parallel, but originally I was doing dot parallel like that, and it wasn't working. And I'm not really 100% sure why, but when I did a little searching, effectively it said it doesn't work the way that we anticipate that it's going to. So the recommendation was to do a set parallel. When you do a set parallel, you do true in here, which of course it's going to default to true, as you see on there. And effectively at this point, what's going to happen is all of these are going to run at the same time. And then you use this chain command to set the next thing to happen. So previously, if you wanted to have multiple things happen, they would all happen in a sequence. So you would do tween.tween property this, tween.tween property that. But when you do set parallel, until the chain, all of that's going to be phase one. So we have tween.tween property, phase one, all right here. Tween.tween property, phase two is all right here. So turning red, jumping up, rotating is one. Second, it's already red. It turns red up here. It is red right there. And then coming down from it, so it's coming, so let me take that back. Phase one is going from red to the normal color, which is nothing, into a bounce and a rotate, and then bouncing back and rotating back is phase two. The second thing to know in here is I can hit it as many times as I want because we're setting the original position. So the original position is being set here and tween is here. So I really don't need the original rotation because rotation's 0, since we're not actually rotating in the original. We just put it down to 0. So we're saying rotation is 0, and then we set everything else on there. So the very first thing that we're going to do whenever we come into here is we're going to make sure that it's back upright in case someone sits there, or in case multiple enemies come in, or in case I'm spamming that damage button. So anyways, so that damage base button, let's go ahead and turn that off right now. I'm going to completely just delete it. I don't need it. And then let's get back into our code. That's the inspector, main level, and right at that bottom on damage button pressed. Yeah, I don't need that. So anyways, I hope this was helpful for you to see. It's pretty cool getting in and doing some of this, again, as part of just learning how all of this works. I have not used tweens before, which is pretty cool, being able to set a granular transition of a property on something. So being able to set it to go back to regular colors, to do a rotation, to do a bounce, I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that really can bring the game to life as you're looking to add some interactive something. Because I mean, already right now, I think that looks pretty cool. Now there are multiple other things that I can do in here to really bring things to life. And one thing being the towers, whenever they shoot, I'd like them to do something. So do I have them grow and shrink and just kind of do this little, like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out, but I'm also trying to be very careful with the number of things that I change, because eventually I'd like to add some custom sprites to these. So maybe when I get some custom sprites, they're just going to have their own animations with them. So anyways, I hope this was helpful for you. I certainly had a fun time. I'm not happy that I didn't officially get this video out and complete the code on the day that it was part of. But you know what? That's okay. I'm halfway done with this challenge, this personal intentional learning challenge of learning Godot. And I mean, 30 more days to go. Not that I'm counting up with you, and I'm counting towards a larger achievement. But I am already starting to look at how I can implement and use these and the experiences that I have with you for the next years to come. So I'm hoping to grow the momentum. I'm hoping to become a better speaker when it comes to presenting these sorts of things in this video format. So anyways, I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and look forward to another video at the end of today. If not, I'll just have it released at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, we're playing. Awesome. Thank you.